Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm rhickey28. Welcome to the YouTube channel. It has been exactly 1 month since the last time SDS updated hitting and pitching stats for a roster update. They delayed this past week's update until next Friday. A lot of the names that we mentioned last week are also on this list. Well, a lot of them have still been great. They've continued their streaks of really good hitting and or really good pitching. So with a lot of these names being the same, well, that's good for you if you already invested over the course of the past couple weeks. Some of these guys are still going for great prices, and there's a couple new names on the list. If you like this sort of content, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps out big time. I really appreciate it. The first guy we're talking about is Austin Riley. We've mentioned him a bunch of times over the past couple weeks. Austin Riley, a 276 batting average versus righties with 3 home runs and 10 doubles since that last roster update where they updated hitting. And he's got a 619 average versus lefties with 3 home runs and 3 doubles. Austin Riley could be in line for a nice solid boost to that contact versus left. He could even maybe get a boost to his power versus left, even though both of those stats are really high already. And his 276 average versus righties is gonna give him at least a slight boost to that contact versus right. You can even make an argument for his power numbers versus right to go up. I really think that Austin Riley is going to make it to Diamond. He only needs a +2 boost to get there, and he's got everything working for him. Francisco Lindor is another guy we mentioned last week, but Lindor, a 409 average versus righties with 4 home runs, 3 doubles over the past month. His numbers versus lefty have been pretty solid, pretty consistent, a 250 average with a home run and 3 doubles. So they're not going to touch his lefty stats, but his righty stats are both going to go up in a pretty big way. Francisco Lindor is going to end up being a new old diamond. Zack Wheeler's a guy that everybody's been hoping would go diamond for a very long time. A 6.54 hits per 9, 9.38 Ks per 9, and 1.99 walks per 9. With all 3 of those stats, I can actually see him getting a slight bump to his hits per 9, a slight bump to his Ks per 9, and a nice little bump to his walks per 9. And Zack Wheeler really only needs +1 to his overall. So I see Zack Wheeler finally reaching that diamond level. Spencer Strider had a really bad outing versus the Mets a couple days ago. But over the course of the month, 9.45 hits per 9, 13.03 Ks per 9, and only 2.79 walks per 9. As you can see, his hits per 9 and his Ks per 9 both are in a really solid spot. He really needs a boost to that walks per 9. Well, 2.79 still should get the job done. He also has that 13 Ks per 9 over the entire month, and we can see a nice little boost to that 88 number as well. The only issue is that his last start was pretty rough, so I'm keeping an eye on what Strider does this week. Realistically, if he still has these same exact numbers, he doesn't really blow up in that start, you should be able to see Strider to get to at least diamond, and if he doesn't reach diamond, he'll at least get the bump to 84. Gimenez is still one of my favorites to get to diamond. He's been on this list for 3-4 weeks running. Gimenez, a 364 average versus righties with 2 home runs and 5 doubles. As you can see right there from his inside edge, just a +4 to his contact versus right and just a +4 to his power versus right is gonna get him to that diamond level. With a 364 average, he is definitely in line for a boost above 82, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more than just a +4 boost. 2 home runs and 5 doubles. are probably about in line for a +4 boost to his power, so Andres Gimenez should definitely be going diamond. JT Realmuto is the first gold jump to like a kind of mid or high gold tier. JT has that defense anchoring his overall, and he has bad hitting stats. Well, since the last time they updated the hitting, 345 average versus right with 4 home runs, 2 triples, and 3 doubles, and then a 375 average versus left with 2 home runs and 2 doubles. JT Realmuto's hitting stats are atrocious, and he is in line for a very nice boost to each one of those categories. And of course, where would this mid to high gold list be without one of our favorites, Jason Adam? We have been hyping him up for weeks now. A 2.89 hits per 9, 7.71 Ks per 9, and unfortunately, Jason Adam finally walked a batter, but still 0.96 walks per 9. Jason Adam should get a little bit of an increase to the 110 hits per 9. He also needs a hefty increase to his walks per 9. 62 is not a number worthy of what he has done this season. It's unlikely, but it's possible depending on how SDS decides to actually give him the upgrades that Jason Adam ends up as a diamond. Darvish is another pitcher that's been hot. 7.64 hits per 9, 11.18 Ks per 9, and 1.64 walks per 9. Well, his walks per 9 are already at 80, but with 1.64 over the past month, well, that should get a little bit of an increase. 11.18 Ks per 9 is the big one. Because his card only has 55 Ks per 9, he is in line for a very solid increase there. Tristan McKenzie is one of those under the radar guys. He's an 80 overall in the game. He won't get all the way to diamond, but since the last time they updated pitching, 5.97 hits per 9, 9.61 Ks per 9, and 1.56 walks per 9. As you can see on the card, we need to see an increase to his Ks per 9 and his walks per 9. Well, with those numbers that we just mentioned, he should get a boost in both of those categories. Tristan McKenzie should end up as some sort of mid gold. We mentioned him on the last video, Devin Williams. The biggest place that he has to grow is in that walks per 9 number, 31 walks per 9 attribute. That is atrociously bad. And he has walked absolutely no one since the last time they updated pitching. We need to see a solid boost there for Devin Williams. He deserves it. There's not much to say about Matt Chapman. We've been saying it for a while. He's going gold. 308 average versus righties with 7 home runs and 2 doubles, and a 333 average versus lefties with 2 home runs and 1 double. I honestly can see them boosting all 4 of his hitting stats, and Matt Chapman should absolutely be a gold. LeMahieu is a guy that we got right the last time with the defensive upgrade. Well, what we need to see from him is a boost to his power and contact versus right. 318 average versus right with 4 home runs and 4 doubles over the past month. DJ is in for a nice solid upgrade to both power and contact versus right. He won't get himself all the way to diamond, but he will end up being that mid-tier gold that starts to get hype about being on his way to getting to diamond on the next update. Jurickson Profar needs a +2 to get to gold. Since that update a month ago, he's batting .302 versus righties with 4 home runs and 3 doubles. As you can see with the inside edge, a +8 to his contact and a +8 to his power versus right gets him to that 81 level. We don't even need him to get to 81. We need him to get to 80 to get to gold. With his stats over the past month, Jurickson Profar far is in line for a boost to both his contact and his power versus righties. So those are our predictions for this week's roster update. We kept it kind of simple and short because honestly, there haven't been too many changes over the past week. Predictions that I made in the previous roster update video are largely relevant, except for I would say Xander Bogaerts. I don't really trust him anymore, but the rest of the guys in that video are probably on their way getting the upgrade this week. So I'll leave a link to that video right here. Let me know in the comment section if you think that somebody else is going to get an upgrade, or come tell me on Twitch. I'm on Twitch Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern time. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend.